Alrighty, guys. Good morning out there. Hope everyone's doing good. Glad to have y'all. Got ourselves a bit of an early morning update for you guys. We did a poll on our community page earlier this morning. Seems like you guys really wanted us to go live this morning, so I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and do a little update here for you guys to get you guys on your way for the beginning of the week. But anyways, everybody, we hope everyone's doing good. Let's go ahead and see. We have Logan. Logan is in the chat here. Let me actually update my feed real quickly. That way I can. There we go. All right. So now I can see comments coming through. But what's up, Logan? Hope you're doing good. Saying here and present. Well, glad to have you here, my friend. All right. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. So, what's up? What's up, everybody? So we're gonna go ahead and talk about what we are currently seeing. Eventually leading up to what we can see down in time. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and switch you all over here to the main screen. So here's the current satellite imagery. This is the current view across the country. We got the sun rising up here across the mountains now. Obviously the Rockies. We've already had the sun come up across the east so far. And I tell you what, it's actually looking like a pretty nice day for a lot of my friends out there in the Central Plains. It might get a little windy at times because, like I said, we have high pressure building in. We have a very strong, very strong low pressure system up here in the Northeast. I mean, literally, if you guys know your pressure in millibars, it's 983, which that is considered to be a very strong cyclone. And I tell you what, there's actually a lot of power outages being reported out there in the Northeast. Which we'll get to that here in a moment. But, yeah, it's just really crazy to see. We have a lot of cloud cover across the Ohio Valley. Portions of the Mid-Atlantic, kind of right there for the coastlines. Start kind of a little bit clear, but it's going to start building in later on. Yeah, once again, pretty much the entire Ohio Valley is just covered for the most part. Let's see. Emmett's here. What's up? Let's see. Roadster Jim is here. What's up, everybody? Hope you all are doing good. Glad to have you here. We've got a few little pop-up clouds over here. Actually towards like Texas, through southern Oklahoma, Arkansas, maybe portions of Louisiana. Let me switch to radar here. I'm a little curious to see what's going on out there. Let's see, we're going to pull this to the latest. Yeah. It doesn't look like there's much of anything going out there on the radar, though, so it's just kind of a little bit of cloud cover. All right, well, that's just something I wanted to check out there. Let's see, it's cold and windy here in north central Wisconsin. Says Logan, I hear you, man. It's actually starting to pick up here as well in Kentucky. Like I was saying, we have this pressure system, this very strong low pressure system that's kind of actually remaining stationary over the Northeast. Also, this is impacting, obviously, like Canada. But we got some high pressure building in, which is increasing that pressure gradient, which is allowing for a lot more of these winds to kick up and stuff like that. So that's something we're going to notice today. Right now, you said Wisconsin. Which Wisconsin, yes, is obviously reporting some pretty strong winds out there. I mean, also areas of like Minnesota, Iowa. It looks like those conditions are pretty daggone windy out there as well. And once again, actually where I'm at, they just issued a wind advisory for us. So going to get some strong winds here later on as a result. But anyways, that's the current view, y'all. That's currently what's going on here in the current observation field of things, which is pretty cool. I just want to give you guys that, kind of look at this is a live view, basically from up above, essentially. But I just want to go ahead and show you all that. Anyways, enough of all that stuff. But now I want to take you guys to the models, because we need to start talking about the future here, right? I'm sure you guys are probably wondering what's going to happen down here in time. And I got you covered here. So we're going to go ahead and switch over here to this model. We're gonna be talking about what we can expect over here in the next few days. We will talk about those power outages. Actually, let's do that real quickly before we move on. I do want to show you those power outages here. Let me go ahead and refresh the map here. It's a little glitchy. There we go. So there's actually two states that's actually having a lot of power outages right now. Texas apparently has like 18,000 people. This is for wow, that's interesting. It's just this one county that's out of it. Here, you guys can't really see that. There we go. What's going on out there? Why is it just this one county that's having... What? It seems like it's this one provider, too, though. American Electric Power. That could be a... It could be a number of things. Probably reliant on the provider, I'd assume, possibly. Anyways, but... Don't know much there other than this. That one South County is the one that's out. It's really odd. That covers like most of the state, or most of the state that has power outages is from just this one county out there, which is interesting. But like I said, we got a Maine up here. We're talking 51,000 people. 51,000 people. Let's see. Black Bear says hi. Maine flooding, high winds, flash flooding, power outages. Oh yeah. Yep, that's kind of why what I was going to talk to you guys about is that Maine has a lot of power outages because of, obviously the heavy heavy amounts of rainfall obviously softening up the ground, and then you got the winds that are pretty strong, and that's going to be moving trees, and those trees are going to fall on power lines, all that mess. But yeah, it's really for the coastal areas. To my friends out there right towards the coast of Maine there. We got a lot of those stronger winds. Typically out there towards the coastlines, the winds can get a little bit more stronger. They tend to slow down a bit as they move over land, but yeah, out here towards the coastline, you guys are definitely getting impacted the most here. But once again, yeah, we were talking 51,000 people in the state of Maine without power. Like that's pretty crazy. That is a lot of... Here, we're going to move that over a little bit. That is a lot of people without power here. Anyways, but we're going to go ahead and switch over here to the models now, my friends. Yeah, I want to go ahead and take you all over here to the models. So there's actually a few things I was wanting to discuss with you guys. We're actually watching this one system here. Or I should say, kind of these next few days. There is actually a potential of severe weather. I would say it's possible, maybe out there towards like these regions. I've been looking at the models here over the last day or so. Been monitoring these regions. I'll explain what's going to happen here in a little bit. But right now, I want to go ahead and talk about the immediate future. So obviously, like I said, the Northeast is getting plowed by a lot of heavy rainfall. A lot of heavy winds out there. We can actually see we have a lot of flash flood warnings in effect, kind of for like southern Maine at the moment. Towards South Paris, Farmington. Let's see, Gardner. Yeah, Gardner out there as well. Pretty crazy. What's up, Tabletop? Saying good to see some finally calm weather for Wilmington for the next week. I hear ya. Yep. Let's see here. Black Bear says we had not even dried from our snow cap. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. Especially a lot of those, to my friends out there, like in the Rockies, like California, I'm sure there's still a lot of snow up there. And I think I can actually look at that real quickly. If it's clear skies, I think it's pretty clear across California. Okay. Here, we're going to bring you guys over to the satellite view. I want to see how much is visible out there. Shoot, you probably can't see much of it. Yeah. We're going to go back to yesterday then. Oh, yeah. No, you can still see it all right. Yeah, like I said, they got a lot of snow this year. Yeah, you see that? See all that white on top of the mountains, how it's not moving? You can obviously tell what's clouds and what's not. Like these are clouds because they're moving, but all this stuff, yeah, no, that's all snow. That's just crazy. But yeah, that's going to be posing a problem for them at some point. Is the fact that all this snow is going to start melting, and all that's just going to start running down the mountains, and yeah, not going to be too good. So we're going to need to... What is that? Does anyone know what lake that is? What lake is that? Huh. Anyways, a little bit off topic there, but yeah, no, you can see the snow for sure. But yeah, once that melts, that's just going to be a big problem. And flooding potential out there. Because like I said, we're definitely heating up there pretty quick. We are definitely heating up here very, very quickly. But anyways, yeah, let's go and bring back to the models for a second. So like I said, a lot of rainfall for the Northeast continues to pop off here. Once again, very strong low pressure system. We're talking like 981 millibars. And like I said, back on the observational field here from actual surface observations. You can see a lot of these ground stations, 981 millibars. That's what the model is showing. This is 980 millibars, actually. That's the lowest one yet I've seen. Yeah, so obviously more higher the more you go towards the coastline. But the strongest low is right up here. That's kind of right where the strongest part of the storm is located. The lowest pressure anyways. That's actually right across like areas north of Toronto. Yeah, that's fairly north of Toronto actually. So this is the strongest or the lowest pressure right now is in Canada. But like I said, this system it's going to be kind of interesting because it's going to be kind of stalling out for the next little bit here. I mean, you can see how it continues to roll through, but it just kind of wraps back around itself. I mean, you see how it's just spinning over the northeast for the next several days. That's going to be bringing some problems. And actually, to my friends out there in Michigan, we're actually talking snow, believe it or not. Let's see here. Roll says, I got 3 inches of rain Saturday from the storm in Orlando. Wow. Let's see. Logan says there's 880 customers without power in north central, northeastern Wisconsin. What, probably from the winds, I'm assuming? I'm sure. Yeah, those winds have been getting pretty brutal. Let's see. Rebecca says, got slammed with the weather at 29072 yesterday. It should be clear for the rest of the week. Well, that's good news. For my questioning, I want to see what zip code that is. 29072. Oh, okay. This is in South Carolina. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No, I think South Carolina's pretty good. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Yeah, we got a lot of our crazy weather already out of the way here for the next several days. Yeah, it's just gonna be nothing but high pressure you can see building in for the next couple of days. That, my friends, is actually gonna be pretty good. Here, you know what? I'm gonna try turning off this light. Is it bad? Oh, it's not bad. So yeah, if y'all don't know, I have a big old ring light here, and it's just blinding. It's just blinding to my eyes here. But yeah, no, you're good, my friend. JC Johns, what's up, dude? Saying good morning. Just checking in before work to see how the weather is going. Hope you have a good day. You as well, JC. You as well, my friend. Yeah, like I was saying, right now, in the current field of weather, in terms of observations of what is happening right now across the country, a lot of mixed inputs here. A lot of mixture of things. Obviously, we have this big old blob of just clouds across much of the Ohio Valley, also building in the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast here. And then, of course, you have these other areas, most of the country, actually, that's pretty much clear. And like I said, these areas in the Central Plains and portions of the Southeast, I mean, I honestly think you're going to be in store for a pretty good day today. Other than the fact, for like really specifically zooming into like the Midwest here towards like Iowa, Minnesota, I mean, on the current observations, I mean, we're already seeing some pretty strong winds out there. It's definitely pretty brutal. And like I said, right where I'm at, I'm in Kentucky. I'm kind of hidden in this cloud cover here right now. But we're actually under a wind advisor because these winds are expected to kick up for me here later on. But overall, I mean, a lot of the Central Plains, I mean, precipitation-wise, not expecting much. Got a little bit of cloud cover across like portions of western Kansas, but really nothing impactful at all. It provide no impacts at all for you guys. But yeah, once again, just a bunch of cloud cover, actually building in a bunch of showers too. We'll go ahead and switch to the radar here, as you can see. Yeah, we got a bunch of showers across the Ohio Valley. Really raining pretty good up there in portions of Ontario. Also like the northeastern United States. We're talking Maine. Yeah, once again, like I said, Maine's getting pounded by heavy wind, not just heavy winds, but also heavy rain as well. Mixing heavy winds and rain obviously gives you flood potential. Or sorry, it obviously gives you power outage potential. I don't know what I was thinking there. But yeah, no damaging winds. Obviously, the water, rapid rainfall, it loosens up the it basically loosens up the ground here. But it loosens up the ground here essentially. And then the winds can come over and knock it down. Let's see here. Let's see. It's been pretty warm out here in the west, but today seems to cool down for the storm this week. Gotcha. Let's see. Rural says, what city am I in? I'm from Elizabethtown. Oh, gotcha. I'm actually here north of Louisville in a county called Oldham County. directly north. Yeah. You know, Louisville is Jefferson County, and I'm here in Oldham County, which is basically the county just above Louisville. But yeah. All right, back over to the models here. But yeah, like I said, no, the Northeast here, you guys are going to get pounded for the next few days. I mean, it does not look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Now, like I said, you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but to my friends out there, like in the north, I mean, you know, up there towards like Michigan, I mean, shoot, even the upper state of Michigan, portions of Ohio even, maybe even like areas of the Blue Ridge. Yeah, you guys might be in some problems with snowfall, actually. From what it looks like, I think it's going to be mostly concerning for like the upper portion of Michigan. I mean, you can see these heavier bands represented in the darker blues there. Yeah, that's the heavy stuff, which we're going to look at. Yeah, we'll take a look at that real quickly. I want to see what's going on out there, actually. So let's do such. Bring you up here. Let's see. Here we go. We'll go to Midwest here. Let's see. Is this a tropical storm? No, this is not a tropical storm. This is just a normal old Joe of a low pressure system. It's a pretty powerful one, though. I'll tell you that. Very, very large low pressure system. You know, actually, if I pull up the meso analysis here for you guys real quickly, I mean, you can see just how freaking large this low pressure is. Yeah, the center low, the strongest point. Here, I'll make this a little bit more visible for y'all. The strongest is right here in this region. And all these little lines that you see, those are isobars. Basically, you know, splitting up the pressure difference. So as you go towards the center, the lower the pressure gets. The further you go out, the more higher it gets. It goes by 2 millibars each. So, but yeah, you can see there's a tight gradient there in pressure. You see how these lines are kind of squeezed together. That's telling us that the pressure is changing rapidly over a short distance. And what happens with that is that the winds increase because obviously, you know, if you think about it, higher pressure. I mean, winds always flow from high to low. They try to equalize. So, let's see here. Chedwin says, hello, Andrew and chat. What's up? Say, a new subscriber here, checking in from Utah. Glad to have you here, Chedwin. Thank you for subscribing. Very, very sweet of you. Thank you. And I'm glad to have you here. Let's see. Marty says, is this going to swirl into Maryland or break up before? By MD, I'm assuming you're saying Maryland, right? Anyways. But let's see. My friends out. Okay. Yeah, I grew up towards Maryland. I actually grew up in Virginia here. Not too far. It looks like it might break up over the mountains. Most of the concerning stuff here. So for today, obviously the current time is now like almost 10 o'clock or 9:30ish. So today, yeah, probably gonna get a few showers. I think that's, you know, pretty much a given. Into tonight, it's gonna be pretty much that. I mean, obviously, I think we're kind of just in a pattern of a few showers between today, maybe a few overnight tomorrow. But then it looks like a lot of the mountains break it up though. Looks like a lot of the mountains break up most of the moisture there. That's good. But then that leads a problem to the mountains, though. Because, like I said, you know, they're actually looking at a possible band of snow out there. So, you know, see what I'm saying? All that can accumulate where the higher elevations are obviously cooler than on the lower elevations, you know, towards sea level. Yep. We're going to have to watch out for that. Also, my friends out there in Michigan, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, let's move back to the models on this website here. I want to take a look and see what kind of accumulations we're talking about. Obviously, I'm going to break this down into different models here. We're going to do the... Here we go. Oh, wow, dude. Y'all can't really see that, but holy cow. This is what? I'm in shock right now. Hold up. GFS is going absolute bonkers. 42 inches. I don't know about all that, but basically the model is showing all of these regions here that we're looking over a foot. All right, this is the reason why we got to look at other models here. Let's try ECMWF. Wow. Okay. Well, ECMWF is not too far off of it. Holy cow, dude. Yeah, you guys in the Upper Peninsula, y'all might be in some problems here. Let's do blue for the ECMWF. So that's the foot boundary right there. So obviously right now between the red and the blue, if you're inside of both of them, that's where the confidence is highest for over, well over a foot. All right, we're gonna do GDPS, Canadian model. You know, oh shoot, I don't think. Yep, no, we can't do that there. We'll do blended models here though. Yeah, I forgot that model doesn't go out there. It'll line itself back up, so don't worry. There we go. Man. We'll do yellow for the blend here. So, yeah, if you've managed to work yourself into all of these shades here, you're in some problems. I think you're in trouble here. Wow, dude, that is a heck of a lot of snow. I mean, even the blend is showing well over 30 inches. Wow. Let's see. Rule says I worked in Louisville for MA Bell, replacing telephone poles. I was there in 74 for the tornado that hit Brandon. What's that? Yeah, Brandenburg on April 3rd. I actually have a book on that outbreak. That was pretty crazy. Obviously, I wasn't alive during it. I was born in '02, which I was very far away from being alive in that, but I've done some research on it, and my goodness, yeah, apparently it was really bad. Yeah, that must have been freaky. Let's see, it's cold in upstate New York. I hear you. Marty says thank you. You're welcome. Jakey says good morning, everyone. Woke up, my throat's hurting after a cold yesterday. I hope you feel better. Yep. Yeah, I hope you feel better. Stone Mountains in New York. Wow, it's May. Yep. Yep. This is good. The Upper Peninsula can have the snow. Yeah, I'm sure the people up there don't want it, though. I'll tell you what, though, that's honestly surprising. I was not expecting that much snow. Like, holy cow. Dude, some of these models, I mean, most of them are supporting, like, over 38 inches, which, so 24, 36, so 36 inches is 3 feet. So, yeah, the majority of the models are supporting over 3 feet of snow. Like that's gonna be seriously impactful. Let me look at wind gusts out of this too. Okay. Yeah, straight up already. This is blizzard conditions here. You know, obviously, you can't just factor in the amount of accumulation, because it can still not be a blizzard, and you could get as much snow in the world. It has to be classified as a blizzard if it has obviously heavy snow. Yes, that is one factor, but there's other factors like visibility, strong winds, all of that stuff. You know. And in this case, I mean, we're seeing these winds pretty daggone strong, you know, 40, 50 miles an hour out there towards the core. So we're talking 3+ feet potentially, and as well as like 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts being possible. Yeah, you mix those together, that's going to be a heck of a time, I'll tell you what. Yeah, you might want to brace out for this one. I mean, this is, you know, they've got to have blizzard warnings out here now, don't they? They don't. What? Why don't they have blizzard warnings out for that? That's obviously blizzard material. I know y'all can't really see that very well. Here, I'm going to break this down for y'all. There we go. Yeah, no, they just got winter storm warnings for that. I find that really interesting. They pretty much got the entire river here covered in flash flood warning. But yeah, no, these pinks are what we call winter storm warnings. Obviously, heavy impacts, winter weather can be expected in those areas. Not quite up to blizzard conditions, though. Blues down here are winter weather advisories, showing kind of more mild, kind of low-end impacts possible. But the fact that they don't have blizzard warnings, that's what gets me. You know? I mean, these winds, dude. These winds are crazy. It even looks like they're gusting to that now. I'm going to... All right, let's do a little observation here real quickly for y'all. Where We're going to move back here. Upper state of Michigan. All right, we're going to hide the clouds here for a minute. We don't want all that right now. So we'll go ahead and yeah, give it a second. It's having a heart attack right now. There we go. But yeah, no, I want to see what's going on out there with those winds. So there's the upper state of Michigan right here. Winds are coming from the north, tracking southbound. Let me turn on counties so you guys can actually see things a little better here. Let's see. County boundaries. Here we go. There we go. All right. Yep. Now you can see the upper state. So up there towards like Houghton, winds are moving south at like 20 knots, which that's about 25 miles an hour, 25, 30. This little barb up there in the very far top, tippy top of the peninsula, 30 knots. So that's about 40 miles an hour or so. So yeah, no, that checks out. That does check out. Pressure is dropping quickly. I mean, look at this. If I was to, let's see, add the pressure analysis here. Let's see here. We're going to go to surface. Here we go. Plot. And this should plot it, hopefully. It's having a hard time. Anyways, but yeah, no, there is, yeah, those winds are pretty daggone strong out there. We call it the Upper Peninsula. Yeah. Let's see. 3 feet of snow. Are you kidding me? It's already made. I hear you, man. I do. I don't know. You know, sometimes I wonder. Yeah, here's the models. We'll just use the models for reference here for a moment. So current time is almost 1400. So it's almost 10 o'clock. So this is kind of right here for this point, moving onward. So no, pressure's actually dropping, it looks like. Okay, so this is basically, we're gonna zoom back. I'm gonna let y'all in, and all right. So this is current, kind of like what's happening right now. This is an hour from now. So constant precipitation. It should be actually snowing right now, from what this is showing us. Let's see here. Okay, we'll do. Yep, there you go. Wow. Yeah, they're already getting the mess. Let's see. We have a buoy out there. Sea level pressure. It's not. We want some like picture buoys. 33 mile an hour winds out there. Look at that. Wow, gusts up to 48. Like I said, there's some of these. Or what I was gonna say is that a lot of once you go out in the water, obviously it's flat. There's no objects to obstruct any flow of winds there. So obviously the winds are gonna be a little higher. I'll tell you what. We might have cameras up in Michigan. I don't know about the upper state. I'll try. See if we can get any views of it. Oh, maybe. Oh, I think we might have some. Oh, man. The live monitoring don't. Yeah, I don't see them. Well, shoot. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see any cameras out there. I do have an image, though, but there's really nothing on it. Here, I'll just go ahead and show you guys this. It's nothing special at all. This is somewhere up there. But yeah, no. Well, that sucks. I was hoping to give you all some like good video of that, but unfortunately, I have a lot of these websites here that have different states on them. There's a handful of states that actually have like good live cameras, but apparently Michigan is not one of those states. So, anyways, but yeah, no, the buoys are really pulling out a lot of heavy stuff out there. Let's see, we're gonna try eastern Wisconsin. Okay, might even be snowing in Milwaukee region. Let me see about Wisconsin. Maybe there's some cameras up here. But yeah, no. Yeah, it looks like that snow might be moving into the Great Lakes here. Here we go. All right. Yep, I think this is one of the good ones. There we go. All right, we got some live cameras. Yeah, Wisconsin's one of the good states that has a lot of cameras. But it looks like just raindrops. It's probably too warm for any sticking to occur. That's what I'm assuming. Let me make sure on that real quickly. Yeah, I wanna double check and make sure that what the temperatures are out of here. Surface temps. So this was kind of north of Milwaukee here. Temps out towards Milwaukee is showing to be around the lower 30s, but not quite freezing. So, yeah, I mean, anything that falls out here, or in these regions anyways, is probably not going to be sticking. Let's see here. It shows an area like, all right, central Milwaukee, we have Cuddly, however you want to say that. And this is like a big bunch of wet roads. Doesn't look like much of snow. Let's try a different one. Oh, wow, look at that camera shake, dude. Yeah, I'm sure the winds are probably crazy up there as well. Let me see what the winds are doing up there. Winds are about 25 miles an hour sustained. Gusts probably up to like 35. It's probably just zoomed in so far that a little movement on the camera looks pretty crazy. That's what I think is happening there. But, you know, from what it looks like, y'all, it looks like that it's not snow, even though the... Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing any snow out there on the Milwaukee region, even though it shows blue, which is the color table for snow. But, let's see here. Yeah, I'm trying to pull up these temperatures real quickly. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna bring you all over to this real quickly for a moment. To this view over here. This is the current temperatures out there. 1940. There we go. Perfect. Well, you know what? We might have a shot at northern Wisconsin here, because it shows those temperatures actually in the freezing point region, and there's precipitation falling. All right, yep, we're gonna move y'all back over here real quickly. We might have a little bit of hope, maybe. Hopefully, if there's even any cameras up there, which it doesn't look like it. Whoa, here we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, yep, that's snow. Well, there you go. Yeah, it looks like it's actually sticking to the grass out in this region. Let's see, where's this at? This is in Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay's reporting nearly freezing. Jesse says it's sticking in Green Bay. Well, there you go. Sure is, isn't it? Let's try this camera. Huh. Yeah, that one looks more like rain to me on that camera. But this first camera, let's try this one. Okay, so it's obviously above freezing since you can see the water droplet moving a little bit. So that's indicating that it is above freezing, probably 30, 33, 34 degrees maybe. Something along that. Let's show this guy. Stream not available on that one. Oh, wow, look at this guy. Yeah, same thing with this. You can obviously see that the drops are moving, so it's definitely above freezing here. So that's good news. You know, for the people on the road, that's great news. But you do see there is a bit of sticking out here, which is occurring. But like I said, you know, you guys out there are not supposed to get the big stuff. You might get a little bit of accumulations. I mean, obviously it is accumulating a little bit, but I'm more concerned for the upper state of Michigan. Yeah, because like I said, you guys up there, y'all are going to get blasted. Like I said, potentially by like 3 feet of snow. I mean, yeah, we're in May now, May 1st, and there's already a winter storm that's threatening you guys with like 3 freaking feet of snow. I mean, like, that is just ridiculous. I mean, who allows for that to happen? Come on. Like, that should not be a thing. That should definitely not be a thing. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, taking a look out here towards me. Yeah, nothing. Oh, well, yeah. Let's try. But like I said, there's actually big old flooding concerns out here in Maine. Well, I do want to address that to you guys. Like I said, it is causing a lot of power outages too. Bunch of flash flood warnings out there, as you can kind of see here towards like South Paris, Lewiston, Gardner. Yeah, there's some reports of over 5 inches in some of these regions. And actually, that actually brings me to this view for you guys. This is radar based. Here, I'm going to turn down the alpha on this here. Give it a little bit more better of a view. There you go. So you can actually kind of see the lines. But right there towards that radar, which is in southern Maine, KGYX, we're reporting rainfall of over 4 inches here. 7 on that frame. Say between like 4 and around 4 inches or so. And there's actually, actual reports from train spotters reporting 4 inches too, so that lines up. But this is radar based, radar accumulated wise, but yeah, no, that's a lot of rainfall out there. And like I said, seriously, we're having a bunch of this rain. It's loosening up the ground, and obviously this big old low pressure system, this big old wind bag, essentially, is just blowing all this stuff around. That's going to increase those power outages. I mean, we're probably going to see them increase over time today. And that actually brings me back over to the power outages for you guys to show y'all. Once again, Maine is getting hit the hardest right now. 51,000 people without power right now. 51,000 people without power right now. Like I said, that's a lot of people. Really showing for those coastlines, though. I mean, first of all, that's right there where the radar was showing the most amount of rainfall. Also, there towards the coastlines, a lot more stronger winds blasting the coast there. Because as I was mentioning before here earlier in the stream, that essentially once, they flow pretty much freely. The winds flow pretty much freely across the ocean because it's flat. There's no objects obscuring or obstructing the flow pattern. But once you start to move inland, there's like trees and buildings and all that, and it slows down the wind a little bit. So that's obviously leading to more power outages out there towards the coastline. Not saying there's not going to be any interior, because there is. Obviously, very heavy winds out there as well. But mixing in all the heaviest rain is down in these areas. Mixing in all the strongest winds is also down in these areas. I mean, this is just bound to cause a bunch of problems. Just bound to cause a bunch of issues regarding, power outages and all that fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, all these areas in the blue is kind of around like 1 to 2 inches or so, and that covers a lot of central and southern Maine essentially. Let's see here, Lake Superior's fault. Now the lakes definitely do have a big effect on these. Yes. Yeah, gotta love that lake effect snow, and that's actually what most of it is from. Yes. Black Bear says expect the unexpected, concerning weather in the near future, worse due to volcanoes. Yes, I did hear about that. Yeah, there's some volcanoes that erupted. Obviously, changing the composition. Increased greenhouse gases. That's not going to be very good. That's going to cause some problems. But, yeah, we'll need to watch out for that. Oh, guys, also, something I did want to mention to you all. Let's go ahead and bring you guys back to the models. But this time we're going to use my other site here. Because here's kind of my discussion, or kind of something I wanted to discuss anyway. So I think there's a possibility for severe weather. There's nothing on it right now from the Storm Prediction Center, what I believe. Here, I'm going to bring you guys over to my full screen for a minute. I'll just full screen this here. All right, so today we have a little marginal risk out there, kind of eastern Oregon, northwestern Nevada. Tomorrow, nothing. Day after tomorrow, nothing. Oh, they did it. I had a feeling they would. Well, gosh dang, they beat me to it. I was going to mention it on stream before they even pulled out a risk. They did it, man, on the 4th. So this is for Thursday. That's one of them. That's one of them. Now, here's the thing. According to some of these models here, like the NAM, we're going to drop down a run. This one's not done loading yet. See, there's enough instability out there, right here. So this is basically for late Wednesday into early into early Thursday here. Let's go ahead and just grab a sounding out there towards the panhandle of Texas for a moment. I'm going to grab another one out here towards, like, western Kansas. There you go. Very dry atmosphere. You know, if that did materialize and if the storms did fire through that environment, it'd be very large hail. You know, precipitable water very low, too. That's, you know, tons of energy out there. Shoot, I mean, that would be a hailer and a half. Not so much of a big concern for tornadoes. Winds are fairly weak towards the surface. If a tornado did occur, it would likely be weak. Damaging wind gusts, you know, could be pretty strong as a result of the really dry atmosphere there, too. But a lack of strong winds across the mid-levels could lower that probably down to like 60, 70 mile-an-hour wind gust max. This one, yeah, this one's a little bit more concerning here. This one was the one in Kansas right here. Once again, very violently dry atmosphere across lower and mid-levels of the atmosphere here, which decape, downdraft energy, that air that's sinking down, smacking the surface, which will be affecting you by the terms of winds. But with that happening there, we have a very dry atmosphere. It's going to lead to some large hail development with a bunch of energy right in these areas between the blue and between the red and the blue line. That's what we call CAPE, which that is convective available potential energy, basically showing all of that energy for thunderstorms. So the thunderstorms would rise up to about 11 kilometers max. That's kind of the ceiling height here. How tall the storms are going to be. But I think, once again, this is for late Wednesday, in which they don't have anything for Wednesday right now. So you see what I'm saying there? That's kind of my biggest concern. Let me look at relative humidity at this level. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of pockets right in some of these regions, like right in here. See how it's like a lot more kind of darker? That's showing it more dry. So those more drier areas means that those areas probably, if this did materialize, probably could be a hail-producing environment, also damaging wind-producing. You know, potentially significant too. You know, we're talking maybe 2 inches in diameter, larger in some occasions, maybe even some wind gusts 70 plus. I mean, I think that's a good possibility. So we'll need to watch out for that here. Yeah, I mean, they'd probably include some of these regions here. You know, we're talking maybe like western Kansas, eastern Colorado, the panhandle of Oklahoma, and the northern panhandle of Texas. What do y'all think about that? You see what I'm saying here? Pretty dry, 32% humidity out there. We grab a sounding, just a random picture of this here. I mean, pretty violent atmosphere regarding hail and damaging winds potential. You know, that's showing us very, very, very good environments for those. The only concern I have that could, you know, limit this essentially is, like I said, these winds towards the surface, they're kind of weak, right? There's no main system to catch these storms. You know, there's no main low pressure system to really drive up those winds across those levels of the atmosphere. But with that being said, should still theoretically be enough to fire off some storms. And once again, I still think that hail and damaging winds would be a concern, because these winds, as you can see here, basically pointing eastward all these winds are basically flowing east. Here at the surface, they're actually flowing north. So a little bit of a lower level jet stream there. But it changes directions eastward as you go up in altitude. So your thunderstorm starts at the surface, it starts to rise, and obviously it starts to move like this because the winds are pulling the updraft in that direction. So basically it can help keep that updraft, all that warm air, clean of the cooler air that's going to eventually sink back down, smack the surface in all directions, causing more winds. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. It's just a bunch of gibberish probably to some people. But yeah, no, I think that could be a possibility here. Let's see, precipitation. Okay. Huh. Yeah, according to see, here's the thing. Also, according to the to this model, we have a few little pop-up cells. You know, that could be a few discrete thunderstorms, which a few could be rotating. So that is, yeah, that there you go right there too. Possibly there's it towards like Nebraska. Let's go and grab a sounding out there in that environment real quickly. Okay, capped out, not a thunderstorm. It must grow in potential the next hour maybe. Yeah, not really. Anyways, let's see. Let's see. Roll says, I've lived in 14 states. Wow. I'll take hurricanes over tornadoes and freezing anytime. At least you know where it is, where it's going. That's true. Yeah, hurricanes are you can forecast those days out in advance. I mean, personally, I love forecasting tropical cyclones. They're so much fun. Thunderstorms can be too. Winter storms are a pain to forecast because you have to take like every level very seriously. I mean, like I said, I mean, if there's a big old spike in temperatures, a couple thousand feet up, that'll throw off your totals completely. You know, I hate it's a love-hate relationship with forecasting winter storms. I love it and I hate it at the same time. But my favorite, I'd say, have to be hurricanes, tropical cyclones, followed by severe weather pretty closely. So, anyways. But yeah, no, let's watch out for like late Wednesday, early Thursday. I think we might have some severe potential maybe there towards, once again, probably in these regions here, roughly. Roughly like eastern Colorado, western Kansas, maybe even southwestern Nebraska even. Kind of shows like Cape, that available energy kind of fading out up there in Nebraska though. Obviously panhandle of Oklahoma and panhandle of Texas. I think that's kind of a lot of it there. Let's see, 51. Yeah, this model doesn't go out that far yet. Okay, yeah, this one doesn't either really. Yeah, see, we're approaching 18 Zulu, which I believe, okay, 4 hours. It's a 4 hour difference on the Eastern time zone, so that would be what? It's almost 14 Z now. So that would be 2 Eastern. So this would be 1 Central. So it ends right as thunderstorms usually fire off, if not a little bit beforehand. But like I was saying, you know, it could be an evening event, though, you know, with those possible hailers, you know. That's kind of my main concern, you know, that's what I'm a little concerned about out there, you know, is the hail and the damaging winds. A few weak tornadoes can't be ruled out, really, but let's try NAM, or back, yeah, let's try back here to NAM. I mean, like I said, there's a few pop-up thunderstorms that occur. I mean, this is not a high-resolution model, so it's not going to be very crazy looking right now, but there is a little bit of support. And then, like I said, back there with the humidity levels, we just got this big drop in these regions here. That is like that is where likely, if this was to be observed, this would be in the range of like probably significant territory. I mean, you overlay the Cape here, the available energy in the atmosphere. see, we go previous. Yeah. Yeah, especially in these areas, western Kansas. That's kind of Goldilocks territory, it looks like. Yep, look at that. Wow, dude. Yeah, that looks pretty explosive. Yeah, there's even some results of similar environment popping up there. Man. Yep, so we'll watch out for it. But like I said, Thursday, though, the day after we're talking about, they do actually have a risk out there for Texas and Oklahoma. So take this to GFS, since at this point it's pretty far out. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Right there. So you see all that blue? That's basically, like I said, your convective energy, which is essentially your fuel, your thunderstorm fuel. So that is where all of your thunderstorm juice is. Lots of it, too, from what it looks like. So we'll need to watch out for that one. Let's see. Scott here with a $2.20 super chat. Thank you so much, Scott. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciated. You didn't have to do all that. Very, very sweet of you. Okay. According to this, it shows these storms may be firing off a little bit earlier, potentially. Let's try humidity. So you see the atmosphere is more saturated. You know, there's a lot more of cloud cover, or potential cloud cover, which could throw off storms a bit, potentially. All right, we're going to start grabbing soundings. We're going to grab one for, like, Oklahoma City first. We're going to grab one for Dallas here. And we're going to grab one for, like, San Antonio. All right, Oklahoma City, here we go. All right, so I can obviously tell here, once again, Scott, thank you so much for that. For the 220, thank you. Now, from the sounding here in Oklahoma City for Thursday, I can already tell you that the winds are a lot stronger. I mean, nothing, miraculous or anything, but they're definitely a lot stronger than Wednesday night potential in, like, western Kansas. But you know what? Dew points 60s, upper 60s, perfect for thunderstorms. We actually have a veering. We call it a veering wind shear pattern, which is basically that, at the surface the winds are screaming north. Then as you go up in the atmosphere, they change northeasterly. And you notice how there's a little bit of a notch. See that, kind of like a little pirate hook. A little bit of a hook right there. That is showing us that the winds are, obviously changing direction with altitude. And in this case, these would be pretty tall thunderstorms. I mean, we're talking like the ceiling height above 12 kilometers. So we're talking pretty large, pretty tall thunderstorms. Also, yeah, not much hail, I would say. Precipitable water is one of the things we look at for, hail development, which is basically changed by how dry the atmosphere is. The more saturated it is, the more potential precipitable water there could be. And in this case, you see how the greens, that's your dew point. The red is your outside temperature. This is a vertical perspective of the atmosphere. So here's the ground right here. This is 9 kilometers up. It's 15 kilometers up here. So with all that being said, those your dew points in your normal temperatures are touching at these levels. So there's obviously condensing going on here. That's obviously where clouds are being developed and rain's falling. And it dries up a little bit as we get towards the middle, lower portion of the atmosphere. But it looks like a big cloud cover parade, essentially, out of this sounding here. Yeah, and due to that, due to that oversaturation there, I don't think that we're going to be seeing much hail concerns out of that. But maybe some gusty winds theoretically could happen. Maybe 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts out of some of those storms. But I think tornadoes might be a leading cause on that one. Yeah, I think tornadoes could be a leading cause for Thursday. Yeah, for Thursday evening. That was Oklahoma City. This one here, okay. This one was for Dallas, right? Winds are a little bit weaker, but they're still in that motion for possible tornadic activity, okay. Still very saturated, not much dryness, which could hurt hail development, or help, depending on what you want to say. In this case, it's where hail would have a harder time of forming. It would be nothing huge. Damaging winds, yeah, that could be a possibility. Maybe 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, potentially. Maybe 70 max. And of course, San Antonio here. Yeah, the winds are really, the winds are really crazy. Because the winds at the surface moving like northwest, and then they go up to 2 kilometers. They're moving directly north, and then you go up to like 6 kilometers, and they're moving northeast, and then you go up to 15 kilometers, and they're moving kind of southeast. So you can see the winds are all over the place. So I wouldn't say tornadoes would be a big problem out of that sounding in particular. But once again, sounding is just a projected analog of what the environment could look like in the future. Doesn't mean it will look like that in the future. So just keep that in mind. This is models. These are not perfect, but yeah. All right. Let's see here. How bad will the storm be? For Wednesday, I think it could be hail, big hail. If storms can fire off, I think Wednesday would be very, very big hail probabilities for, like, western Kansas. If storms could occur, like I said, the environment is there for possible hail development, damaging winds. We're talking pretty large hail being possible. And then, of course, right now what we're looking at with all this thunderstorm juice we're looking at right now on the map, this is showing me mostly tornado possibilities, especially the more you move up there, potentially towards like Oklahoma even. Damaging wind gusts in the linear fashion of a line of thunderstorms, as it does appear, as you got a cold front kind of pushing behind it. It looks like pretty weak. I think that damaging winds and possible tornadic activity could be a big thing for Thursday. Wednesday, I think it's probably hail, mostly damaging winds, but we'll see. Doesn't show me the risk for Dallas, but I think the risk could shift into Dallas. Well, I tell you what. So, like I said, the map we're looking at right now, once again, this is the thunderstorm juice, essentially. And we can see right over Dallas that, there's Fort Worth right here, and then here's Dallas. And on the map, there's enough instability, enough energy to fire off these nasty storms. But like I said, if we grab the little sample, a little bit of a sample platter from the atmosphere at this area at this given time on Thursday, it shows us, the possibility actually for thunderstorms and possibly even severe weather. Yeah. I mean, winds are not terribly strong at the surface and kind of going up towards the middle levels of the atmosphere. 1 to 3 kilometers. Winds are pretty weak, I'd say, about 25 max. Really nothing too crazy. A weak tornado cannot be completely ruled out. Probably 2% risk, but from this sounding, I would say. I mean, obviously, the available energy goes all the way up here until about 12 kilometers, and then the ceiling hits right there. So storms ain't going to go any higher than this line here. But they're pretty tall thunderstorms, so probably some pretty heavy rainfall could occur out of these guys. Yeah, no, really don't think hail's going to be a big concern. Damaging wind gusts potentially, maybe weak tornado. We shall see, though. We definitely shall see how that goes. Yeah, once again, like I said, we have middle 60s dew points. I mean, that is golden. Good stuff. And then even the following day after that for like late Friday, got some more thunderstorm juice out there. Some of it's kind of capped out, though. Meaning that there is a boundary or a little blanket in the atmosphere of this area that could hurt thunderstorm development, could prevent it. But there's some areas that could break this boundary. Grab a sample out here. Try East Texas. Curious to see. Okay, very weak winds. Very, very weak here towards 1 to 3 kilometers. Okay. Yeah, not too fast. Nothing significant tornado producing or anything like that. Dew point's very high. Mid 70s. Wow. Very, very, very moisture filled air. Almost saturated the surface. Could probably throw off some low topped thunderstorms there. Maximum, equilibrium level, maximum, kind of like the height ceiling, over 12 kilometers. Yeah, main concern here, I'd say, is probably damaging wind gusts. Weak tornadoes, I don't really think even that's a possibility, considering that these winds are just moving at like 10 knots. That's far enough from anything crazy. But anyways. Alrighty, guys. Well, I tell you what, I think we're going to head off here. We've just been live for over an hour here this morning. I do have some cool news for you guys. I'm actually getting new Wi-Fi today. So, I did a vote earlier if we were supposed to go live, or if you wanted us to go live, like either this morning at 9, which we did, or if you wanted me to go live tonight at 8 Eastern. And you guys wanted me to do a morning live stream. So we did a morning live stream, but I forgot, actually, that we have new Wi-Fi coming in. So by 8 o'clock, it should be already installed and stuff, but it should be a lot better than what we have now. I'm getting fiber optic, so should hopefully help with that problem where I've had on my stream a couple times where my internet gives out and I have to restart it and then retry it. Hopefully that's over. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that anymore. Anyways. Alrighty, guys. Well, once again, thank y'all so much for joining us. Like I said, we're going to head off here for now. I may go live later. I don't know. I'm not promising anything. I said I may. We'll see. See how things go. But y'all stay safe out there. Let's see. Let's see. Stuck with Frontier, and oh my gosh, it was horrible. I'm actually using Spectrum right now. Not my choice, but now we're getting AT&T fiber optics, so kind of excited about that. Like more than 4 times my upload speed and download speed. I'm excited for that. So that should help stream a lot. So. All right. Well, once again, y'all, take care. Thank you for being here. Once again, big shout out goes to Scott for the donation. Greatly appreciate, my friend. Like I said, if you guys do want to send us a donation for yourself, we have the little dollar icon there in the chat, or we have our Cash App if you guys want to send us a few dollars on the Cash App app. Our little dollar sign is $Andrew13155. If you guys want to send that to us, send us a few dollars if you would like to help pay for the programs, help keep us up and running and stuff like that. But yeah, Rosa says good luck for a speedy internet. Hopefully, yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, stream's going to head off here in approximately 1 minute. So if y'all have anything you want to say to your friends and family who's out there, go ahead and say so now. But all right, my friends. Once again, thank y'all so much for joining us, and we'll catch you guys here later on. Peace out, my friends. Love y'all. Stay safe. Catch you later on.